What's up, everybody? How we doing? I see a bunch of people already on, so I want to say what's up. Everybody put in where you're from. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Good to see you. Hope everybody's doing super well, super excited. Man, man, this has been something else, to be honest with you. So glad to be here. My name's Carruth. I'm going to be covering my circle prospecting strategy with you today. So I'm really looking forward to that. Go ahead and throw your Instagram handles or wherever you want people to follow you. This is, as I've said many times, I want to create a community of agents where you guys are just networking and working with each other. So feel free to hook up and, communicate with each other, network. Throw referrals back and forth. Share tips. That's what this is all about. So give me a big thumbs up if you guys can hear me good. And I'll get started in just a second. Man, it's been a very busy time. The market is absolutely insane right now. In just about every market that I could possibly look at. It's very interesting to see what's happening. And it's even more interesting to think about where we're going to go from here. So I'm very extremely excited about the direction of everything right this second. The real estate industry itself, from the consumer's point of view, really excited about it from the real estate agent's perspective as well. And there just couldn't be a better time for real estate agents with as far as technologies come. It's only made our job easier. And when I say easier, some people misconstrue that with, oh, we're not worth our money. No, the thing is that it's made it easier to help more people. Okay, help more people. Still tremendous amount of work. That's why real estate agents are and always will be needed. Okay, let me repeat. Real estate agents are and always will be needed. Okay, so keep that in mind. I want you to fully commit to the business. And I'll tell you what my second broker told me. And it's stuck with me all these years. He said, Ricky, if you treat real estate like a job, it'll be the best paying job you ever had. When he told me that, it really made me think. I thought, wow, because I came from a roofing background, getting up on a roof at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock, an hour break for lunch on a roof, nailing shingles. And I thought, yeah, you're right. If I treated this like a job, like a roof, then it will be the best paying job that I ever had. My first broker actually told me something pretty profound as well. And that was, Ricky, when people tell you no, it doesn't mean no. It just means not right now. That's something else that really stuck with me all these years. And, I think back to him telling me that, and it really hits home now from this relationships over transactions mentality that I've grown to in terms of the free coaching and not really caring if a prospect wants to buy or sell today or not, just wanting to build that relationship and find out what they do want to do. I don't care what they don't want to do. I just want to know what they do want to do so that I can help them do it. And it all comes from what my first broker told me. No doesn't mean no, Ricky. It just means not right now. So that I thought that was always some pretty profound stuff. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you guys today. I see a lot of people in the chat and putting their Instagram handles and different stuff in there. So that's great. That's great. I want you guys to collaborate, get together, and work together and all that good stuff. So I'm really excited about you guys creating your own little communities and all that good stuff. So like I said, today I'm going to take you through my circle prospecting strategy, the whole thing, top to bottom. It's something that I have. It's unique to me. I'll just go on record and say this is nothing that someone taught me or I learned in a book. This is through trial and error. I made over 100,000 calls in my career, and that's through that process is how I came up with this strategy. And it's literally how I built my $1 million business. Been closing over 100 deals a year since 2014. Man, and grossing over $1 million as a single agent right here in Alabama, right on the beach. So I want to share everything from top to bottom with you today. And I'm going to try to do it in a timely fashion so that you guys, can take it all in and you feel like, boom, this is good stuff and I got it. And then go execute. That's the biggest thing I want you to take out of a lot of my content, is that I just want you to go execute. There's a time and a place during your process and your journey where you need to soak up and really develop yourself, right? Self-development, personal development. And you want to soak up all this knowledge from everyone, all the great leaders and all the people that have done the things that you want to do. And you want to soak it all up. And once you've soaked it up, it's time to go do it. It's time to take action. It's time to execute. That's the name of the game. So remember that. There's a lot of people that got a lot of books in their library that they've read, but they haven't taken action on one single idea from any of those books. So keep that in mind as you're going through this personal journey, this personal development journey, and trying to learn things, trying to get to the top of the game. There comes a time and place where you have to move on and get out there and execute. Cool. So I'm just going to hop right into it here. Boom. So the first thing I want you to know is that I'm not going to charge you for anything. I'm not going to charge you for coaching, and I'm not going to try to sell you a course. Okay. I'll never charge agents a dime for anything. I literally just want to share everything that I've created in my personal business with you. And I want you to take that information and go succeed. That's what you guys can do for me. Just take what I'm doing, go succeed, and then send me a message on Instagram and tell me about it. That's really all I want from you guys. I'm on a personal mission here. Okay. I want to change every single real estate agent's life in the world. And, I'm well on my way. So that's the first thing I want you guys to know. If this is your first time seeing me, I just want you to know there's no catch. There's nothing at the end. I'm not going to try to charge you anything. I literally just want to help you get where you want to go. Everything in the course, everything in this webinar, everything that I talk about can be found at zerotodiamond.com. If there's something that I talk about in this webinar and you didn't catch it, you didn't quite catch it, where's that link? What's that website? What's that book? Everything is at zerotodiamond.com. It's a completely free coaching program. There's the course. You can find all my social medias there. There's all the discounts on all the tools I use in my business. There's my books, all that good stuff. So if you get lost, you don't know where something is, zerotodiamond.com. is where you're going to find all that. Okay, guys, I do live cold calls every Tuesday on YouTube. Okay. So if you haven't already, you need to go subscribe to YouTube and hit the notification bell. I post there just about every day, and I go live every Tuesday with an agent in some market. I coach them through cold calls. It's a very, very both entertaining and educational live session. They're a lot of fun, and I really enjoy doing them. I also do a talk show every Thursday where I bring 3 agents on from different markets just to pick my brain for 10 to 15 minutes apiece. Okay, so if you guys want to come on a live call session with me or on that talk show, or win a signed book, I'm going to be giving away signed books all year long. Okay, all year long, I'm picking people that text this number, random people, and I'm mailing you signed copies of my book, List to Last, How to Survive Every Real Estate Market Crash. It's literally everything that I learned through the crash, right? Everything that I learned through the crash that has made me who I am today, I actually put it in a book, told my story, and shared it with you right there. So it's a real quick, easy read, and you feel like I'm actually talking directly to you. So if you guys would also, on top of subscribing to YouTube and hitting the notification bell, text me at 251-312-8844. Okay, let's dive into my story and my mission statement real quickly. Okay, so Started real estate in 2002, right? I was 20 years old. I dropped out of college. College was not for me. Grew up roofing houses with my father before that. And, I took the class and, I grew up. My mom also owned a hair salon, and she cut all the real estate agents' hair, doctors, lawyers, cops. And so all the real estate agents knew me as that kid that was running around the hair salon. And but those real estate agents always seemed to be nice people. They always seemed like they were happy, having a good life. And that always stuck with me. So when I dropped out of college and realized just one class for real estate, I just dove all over it. And I really didn't know if that's what I wanted to do. I came back home from college from taking that course, roofed a few houses with my dad, and said, I'm going to try real estate. So that's kind of how I got into it. It took me 8 months to make my first sale, right? From there, I started selling a couple a month. And by the time I'm 23, the market had exploded. I made a lot of money, $1 million. I was sitting on $1 million net worth. And then the market crashed and I lost every single penny and some. Went bankrupt, went back to roofing, was sleeping on friends' couches, sleeping in my car. And I eventually landed a job on an oil rig. And I was happy about that because I actually had a place to live every other week. I lived on the rig every other week, and then I would come home, stay with friends, go live on the rig, and eventually got laid off from the oil rig, got back into real estate, and I read 100 books during that time. That was my moment. That was my moment that I went on my little self-development journey. I was very thirsty for knowledge, wanted to know why I lost everything. And I just wanted to read. I just wanted to learn. I just wanted to know. I read so many good books, I'll share a couple of those books with you. I share them with you in my YouTube videos and on my different social media. So just reach out if you want me to share a couple. I'll share a couple with you. The Slight Edge is the best book I ever read. 10X Rule. There's this book I never really talked about called Take the Stairs. I don't know if you guys read that. Another very, very profound book that I really enjoyed. So I never mentioned that one before. So yeah, just wanted to figure out what I did wrong and go from there. So when I got back in real estate, that was when I realized that this business is about people. All right. Up to that point, it was all about the transaction. Once I lost everything, I realized the problem was it was all about the transaction. And I had to switch that, I had to 180 that into people. It had to be about, if it's not about people, you're never going to build a large business. You're never going to create a movement. You're never going to do anything of significance if it's not about other people. It has to be about other people. That's why I'm doing this webinar right now for you, because for me, it's about you. And through that, I build a large business. I have a huge personal brand. I get paid a lot to speak. I can do book deals. I can do this. I can do that because I'm giving back to you, and it's all about you. It's not about me. It's about you succeeding. It's about you taking something that I do and getting out there and succeeding and then coming back and saying, Ricky, look what I did. Thank you so much. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I do what I do. So I got back in and I started making it about people. And I'm going to share with you guys some tips and strategies and scripts. I'm going to share this with you today. But the conversations I was having with my prospects were so much more meaningful. People really, the conversations I was having when I got back in the business, when I made it about people, when I was really listening to them about what they had going on and what they needed and how I could help them, then it all came together. And the conversations I was having was incredible. You're going to have such an incredible feeling when the conversation is about them and how you can serve and help them. You're gonna have such a more fulfilling business. You're gonna understand. You're gonna get it that what you're actually building now. When you go to this level, you're gonna realize that your business is here to stay. Because when you have people in your corner, that know you, love you, trust you, want to use you as their agent, want you to handle their stuff, never going to use another agent because you were personable, hardworking, dependable, honest, that you know that you have a real business that's going to make it through any market situation. Okay. And that's what we all want. We all want a business that will make it through any market situations. Okay. And that's why I switched from transactions to relationships, because I lost everything. And I made a decision that wasn't, that I couldn't do that again. I never wanted to have the feeling of losing everything again. That's why I switched it up. I never wanted to have that feeling of defeat. Man, to have that $1 million and lose it and be on an oil rig and a roof and sleeping in my car. That feeling. There's two ways to look at it. One, I didn't really care. I get up every day and work, so it didn't matter. But at the same time, there was this other side of me that felt defeated, and it was a feeling that I never wanted to, nor never will ever feel again. Okay, so I got back in. I started building my business the right way. I started to incorporate a weekly email to stay in touch with my clients. I sent that email every single week, every single Wednesday since 2007. It is literally, the circle prospecting, okay, with the weekly email on the back end of it to build my personal brand is literally why I am where I'm at right now. The weekly email produces 100 deals a year. I quit prospecting in 2017. I quit trying to build my real estate business because at that point I built it up to a certain level. And then the weekly email continued that volume. Okay, the point of it, guys, is that you work, you grind it out, get to the level of volume and income you want. And then if you built your brand around a machine, a personal branding machine, like I did the weekly email, it's very simple, very effective, very cost efficient, then whatever that machine is will continue to keep you at that same level of income. Okay, same level of income. So just remember that we're all grinding to get our incomes up to a certain level, and then we can let our personal brand keep the momentum going with little effort and allow us to go build other businesses, spend more time with our families, which is what I'm doing. I'm spending more time with my family. I'm building other businesses. Okay. So that's what I want for all of you guys. I'm just going to keep spitting it here. So from 2008 to 2014, okay, it took me till 2014 to sell 100 properties. So think about that. I get in 2002, make it, lose it, get back in 2008, learn a lot through all that process. Still takes me 6 years to get from 0 to 100 deals a year, 6 years. And there's a lot of agents that come to me and they're like, after a couple months, they're discouraged and stuff. It's like, okay, it took me 8 months to make my first sale. I made a meal, lost it, came back, learned everything from that. Still took me 6 years, even with that knowledge, to get to 100 deals a year. Now, there's a lot of people that can do that. I mean, there's a guy in Mississippi that did 100 deals in his first year, okay, following my coaching program, doing exactly what I'm teaching you guys today. He made 200 calls a day with a dialer. It takes 3 hours. He did that every day for a year, sold 100 properties in his first year. Okay. I have thousands of success stories, people that have doubled and tripled their incomes year over year. It's amazing, right? It's amazing. And it's very humbling to know that I'm helping people at that level. Okay. It's very, very, very super humbling. And I'll say it doesn't give me a big head at all. It makes me super grateful. And I'm just it humbles me to the core, just so you guys know. So 2014, I started selling 100 properties a year. I actually became the #1 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama that year. I accomplished that 3 more years. And I've been selling 100 properties a year ever since, and I'm still going. So that's where I am. That brings us to today. Okay. So through that process, in 2017, when I stopped prospecting here, listen to what I'm saying here. I stopped prospecting in 2017. Why? Because my business was built, and now my weekly email continued the momentum of the volume and the transactions. What did I say that would allow me to do? Spend more time with the family and build other businesses. 2017 is the year that I started coaching for free, and I founded 0 to Diamond, the first completely free real estate coaching program. I wrote 2 books and I started speaking all over the world. And so I was able to do that because I built my personal brand and made all those calls. So you make calls until you don't have to make calls anymore. A lot of people think of this calling process and they think that's what they're going to have to do forever. No, if you give it 3 to 5 hard years, you're done. You build your brand, right? You build your brand. Think of yourself like a politician. Think of yourself like a politician. You want to canvass the market, letting everyone in the market know who you are, what you do, and you're here to help. You want to get your name into the market, inject it into the market. So that's what I want to share with you guys today. I'm just going to, let me get back to my, okay, my mission statement. My mission statement is to reduce the failure rates in the real estate industry, one agent at a time. Okay. And I want to build a legacy that's going to be passed on from generation to generation to generation of real estate agents, that you do not have to high pressure your clients. You can use your personality and be yourself. All these other coaches, all these paid coaches and trainers, they've got it backwards. There's a disconnect between their scripts and who you are. You know, they're out there telling you only go after motivated people. Their scripts are, have you considered selling today? Who do you know that might sell? Right? Handling objections. They tell you no. Oh, well, say it this way and try to get them to say yes. Isn't that the most awkward scenarios that you could possibly be in? Is that who you are? No, it's not. It's not who you are. Okay, we want to line up how we're communicating with who we are on the inside. Okay, and those scripts, 1980s scripts that need to be balled up and thrown in a fire, all they're doing is they're taking you and putting you in a situation where we're trying to figure out what the seller, the client, the prospect can do for the agent. Hey, Mr. Seller, you don't know me, I don't know you, but will you sell your house so that I can make a commission? Are you consider selling? Because I need to make some money if you are thinking about selling, right? And if not, then, well, what if I could bring you an offer? Would you do it then? No? Well, okay, well, I don't need you anymore. Do you know anybody else that might want to sell, want to buy or sell? Because I'm here to make me some money. That's how we're coming across using these mainstream scripts, mainstream scripts. What I want to do is I want to 180 the situation. I want to put you in a position where it's not about what they can do for us as agents. It's about what we can do for the prospect. How can we help them? I don't care that they don't want to sell today. That's not my prerogative. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is, I don't want to know what you don't want to do, Mr. Seller. I want to know what you do want to do and how I can help you accomplish that. I'm not here to sell you. I'm here to help you, right? I'm here to help you. Okay. So that's the name of my game. I'm trying to flip the script, so to speak, flip the script and put you in a position where you can actually build relationships on your personality, who you are as a person on the inside. Let that out. And then what happens? People are automatically attracted to you because you're genuine. You're not just trying to sell. You're not trying to just make money. There's a bigger purpose for what you're doing, and therefore you build a much larger business. Okay, so now let's dive in. What is circle prospecting? What is circle prospecting? Okay, circle prospecting is basically what I just said. We're thinking of ourselves like we're a politician canvassing the market. We want to let everyone in the market know who we are, what we do, and that we're here to help. So how do we do that? This is the best strategy to do that. And it's the cheapest by far. Okay. Cheapest by far. What we do is we pick out subdivisions that we want to sell property in. Okay. They call it circle prospecting because we're calling around a listing or a sale. Something sold in the neighborhood. Maybe we sold it. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we put something under contract. Maybe something else, another agent put something under contract. Maybe something just closed or went on the market. Maybe nothing has sold in years. Okay, maybe nothing has sold in years in the subdivision, and there's nothing for sale. Maybe it's one of those subdivisions. We can still call those subdivisions, right? And what we want to do, remember this, guys. We want to inform and help. Remember this is the basic strategy here. Okay, we want to inform and help. Inform and help. When we're circle prospecting, okay, we want to pick subdivisions we want to sell, and we pick the price point. We pick the subdivision, okay? We're literally picking our clients. It's not like buyer leads or Zillow or Facebook or any of these other strategies that are way overpriced, way overpriced. It's not like one of these strategies, right? It's we pick the price point. We pick who we want as our clients and what subdivisions and what properties they own, okay? Think about that. Okay, there's a lot of people spending hundreds of dollars for a random person in their market, random people in their market's contact information, hundreds of dollars. You can literally pick a subdivision and get the contact information of every owner of that subdivision for 2 cents. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it right here in the chat for you guys. Let's see. I'm going to put it right here. Just so you've got it. Okay, boom. Okay, RedX is the very best place to get that information. Okay, you can save $150 on RedX for a limited time right there on that link I just posted. And you want to get geo leads, go ahead and get expireds, get whatever you want. Geo leads is what I'm talking about, and you have to get a dialer. Guys, you have to get a dialer. I did the math, and a dialer saves you 100 hours per month. If you make calls every day, you dialed 100 numbers, which takes you an hour and a half. If you did that every day, then it would save you 100 hours per month. That's 2 extra weeks per month. You turn 1 month into 6 weeks, a month and a half for it's $150, I think, for a dialer. Who's not going to trade 2 more working weeks for $150? I have no idea. When you look at it like that, it's a no-brainer. You have to do it. You can make 100 dials in an hour and a half and still have your whole day ahead of you. So many agents are not taking advantage of this. It used to take me 15 hours. I looked up the numbers by hand, copying and pasting every address in Spokio, Bigfoot.com, White Pages, Google, searched the internet for these people, found their phone number, and then dial by hand. We didn't have a dialer. Okay, so I made 100,000 calls like that, and that's how I built my entire career. So if I can do it by hand and copying and pasting that took me 15 hours, and you guys can do that same activity in an hour and a half, then you should be able to do things and fast forward your career 10 times faster than it took me. And that's what that gentleman did in Mississippi. 100 deals in his first year because he did this. Okay, so back to what circle prospecting is. Let me find the slide. Boom. So circle prospecting is canvassing the market for all. And I'm going to go through the scripts in just a second. I'm going to go through some scripts and some tips on cold calling and talking to people and stuff like that. But we're going to canvass the market, letting everyone know who we are, what we do, and we're here to help. Okay. Our entire objective here is not necessarily to sell anything. Yes, we want to sell. Yes, we want to sell. We want to know if there's anything we can do to help them buy or sell property. Of course, we want to do that. However, we're not going to throw them in the trash if they don't. We're not going to throw them in the trash. We're not going to forget about them. We're not going to just say, okay, see you later and move on. That's not going to happen, guys. Listen, a lead is a human being in your market. Any human being in your market is a lead and needs to be taken very seriously. Okay. Coaches that tell you only deal with people who are motivated. have absolutely, that is the strategy of building a much smaller business than what I'm talking about. Okay. When you take on the people that are motivated and the people who aren't motivated, all you're doing is throwing them on your weekly email and letting your personal brand build up in their mind until they get ready to buy or sell. And then you turn around and what happens? Their cousin wants to buy something. Who are they going to turn to? Their mom wants to sell something. Who are they going to turn to? Right? Every relationship you put in place, whether the prospect wants to buy or sell or not right now, every relationship you put in place, regardless if they want to buy or sell, is worth 10 to 20 deals to you over the life of your career. Period. End of story. Hands down. And until someone, please reach out to me. If you can tell me anything better, anything better, any strategy for real estate agents that's better than calling property owners, the exact property owners that you want to do business with. You pick the price point for 2 cents to make friends forever, followed by a weekly email on the same day of the week forever. Until someone tells me a better strategy than that, then I'm going to continue to preach this. And this is my entire business. I tried expireds. I tried for sale by owners. I tried, I tried Zillow leads. I had a coach. I hired a coach. I tried everything, guys. Direct mail, everything. There's nothing better than calling property owners for 2 cents a piece, canvassing the market, building your brand, and then using the weekly email to follow up forever. Period. End of story. Please tell me if you know something better, because here's the cold hard facts. Every single lead generation source that you come across, every single avenue that you have to build your business and get leads, what does it all come back to? Right? If you get a Zillow lead, what do you have to do? Call them right then. You just spend $100, $200, whatever on a lead that you then will have to do. Call them. And then you call them and they say, who is this? What is this? You're right back to cold calling. You do open houses to get the list of people that came so you can do what? Call them the next day. Realtor.com leads, you got to call them. Facebook leads, you got to call them. Whoever is on the phone, I really don't care who you call. I really don't care who you call. Whoever is on the phone the most with the best intentions and build that personal brand is going to win. And that's what I did for 15 years. That's what I did. Even when I was on the oil rig and stuff, I was learning and trying to figure it out. It was a 15-year journey for me from 2002 to 2017. 15 years of building my brand around being a hard worker, around being honest, dependable, consistent, professional. That's what you want. So that's what circle prospecting is. Okay. We're canvassing the market. There's not a better strategy. Period. End of story. Let me find my slide. Okay. So that is what circle prospecting is. I want to get into the scripts here in a minute. But first off, I want to go over this with you just so that you understand going into the scripts, kind of the mindset that you need to be in as you're making these calls. Okay, the mindset that you need to be in while you're making these calls. Okay, what's your number one job in sales? Okay, you guys can comment. What's your number one job in sales? What do you guys think your number one job in sales is? And while you guys are commenting there, I did want to bring to attention, I'm sure there's some agents on here from different countries, Canada, India, South Africa, Australia, Mexico, Brazil. I've got agents all over the world following and watching my content. And let me just go on record and say that for Canada, Red X doesn't work to find the leads, nor does it work anywhere outside the US. You're going to want to use telelisting in Canada. You're going to want to use, you can use Red X to dial the numbers. So use telelisting to find the numbers. Use Red X to dial them. If you're in another country, South Africa, India, Australia, there are ways to find phone numbers for the general public, even if all you can do is just get a phone book. If I was in a country, right, and like I'm looking, I'm just gonna find. I just want to find. If I can't find the people that own that exact house over there because that software isn't in place to find that data, but I can get my hands on a phone book, just a random phone book that has everyone's number. I'm going to start with the A's and I'm going to go to Z. I'm going to find phone numbers to call because I want to get to know people. I want to get to know them. I want to let them know who I am. And I want to let them know I'm here to help them. Okay. I'm here to help them. Okay. So what is your number one job in sales? It's to make people feel comfortable with you. That is it. That is it, guys. Making people feel comfortable with you. That's where it's at. Now, why is that so important, you ask, Ricky? Why is this so important? Why is this number one? Okay, why is this number one? I'll tell you. If someone doesn't feel comfortable with you, then they're not going to do business with you. Sure, one of our jobs in sales is to get appointments, to close deals, to get listings, to show property, to negotiate and do all these things. However, guys, listen to me loud and clear here. If you don't focus on this being number one, we're not going to get to any of that. First, you have to make them feel comfortable. They have to feel comfortable with you, or we're not going to get to anything else. And this is a skill that we all must develop. Okay? This is a skill we must all develop. And if you don't have it, it's okay. It's okay. It all comes from confidence. It all comes from relaxing. It all comes from treating people like family. I'll tell you guys exactly how to make people feel comfortable with you. And here it is. By being comfortable with them. Okay, think about it for a second. If you're comfortable with them, they're going to be comfortable with you. They're going to be comfortable with you. If you're nervous, right? If you're nervous, if you're worried, if you're scared, then they're going to pick up on that. And then they're going to be nervous, worried, and scared. They're going to think, oh my gosh, what is going on here? Why is this agent so nervous? What's going on? This is a red flag here. I don't know if they're nervous, why are they nervous? Maybe I should be nervous. No, if you're calm, cool, and collected, if you're comfortable with them, they're going to be comfortable with you. It's like whenever you're with a stranger, you don't know this person. You could either be on the phone or in person. Okay, you have to be used to those situations if you want to be, one of the top agents in your market. You have to get this down right here. You have to get this down right here. Calm, cool, collected, confident, in charge, not cocky, polite, professional, right? And then they're going to feel like, okay, I'm dealing with the professional here. I'm dealing with the professional, okay? And that's what you want. That's what's going to take your business to another level. When you stop trying to go after the deal and you just focus on number one first, making them feel comfortable with you. Do this for me, guys. I want you to completely take the transaction out of the equation. Completely take the transaction out of the equation for just a second. Just long enough to get to know them for a second and really dig into their motivations and why they're trying to do what they're trying to do and really listen and relate to why they're trying to do what they're trying to do. If you'll take a second and take the transaction out of the equation and really focus on them, then once you know what their motivations are, why they're doing what they're doing, all that good stuff, what the backstory is, and you relate to them there and you guys have some rapport there, Now we can come back to the transaction and create a game plan of how we're going to get the job done. That, my friends, is how you do business. Okay, that is how it's done on the higher levels. You want to be high level? Then listen to what I'm saying. Okay, that's what's going to get you to the highest level when you start to realize and understand this. Okay, so I hope you guys are really. I hope this is helping you guys a lot and really giving you that motivation you need. Okay, really giving you that motivation you need. Let's see where we are. I want to go through my script. Before I get into my script, I want to talk about quality of leads really quickly. Okay, what do you guys think? Okay, you guys can put this in the chat. I'll give you a second to answer. What are the highest quality prospects? I want to see you guys' answers in the comments there. What makes a prospect the highest quality? What would be the thing that made a prospect the highest quality prospects known to real estate? I'm going to give you a second just because I really want to see these answers here. Okay. Homeowners, property owners. They know you. Motivated. They know you. Qualified. Sellers, people have to sell a home. People who own and want to buy. Referrals, property owners, expireds, humans. I like that one. They answer the phone. Property owners, homeowners. All really good answers. Let me tell you what the highest quality prospects are, guys, okay? Check it out. Highest quality prospects, okay? They are, okay? Think about quality, okay? We're thinking about quality, okay? The highest quality prospects are the prospects that, right? And this comes back to the business side of things, right? The business side of things. Make you the most amount of money in the least amount of time. That's the highest quality prospects. Right? That's the highest quality prospects. Now, who are the highest quality prospects? Who are the prospects that make you the most amount of money in the least amount of time? Okay. And I'll tell you, most of you had it right. It's property owners. Why? Okay. Let's go deeper with it. Why are property owners the highest quality prospects out there? Okay. Well, how do they make you the most amount of money in the least amount of time? Well, there's a couple different things. One, like someone said, they could buy and sell. Okay, they could sell and then buy. Think about this for property owners. They are the best buyers. Okay, you do not have to educate them. They know the process. They've been through this before. They know what they're looking for. They just need an agent to help them process and get the deal done and negotiate and do all the work that is involved in the transaction. They don't want to do the work. Okay, so it's not like a first-time home buyer or somebody we really have to go deep and educate. These prospects already know. So that saves you time. Now we're making more time and less money because we're not educating. Okay, so they're the best buyers and they're the only sellers. They are the best buyers and only sellers. A buyer can't sell, don't own anything yet, unless they already own something, but you know what I mean. They're the only buyers and they're the best buyers and only sellers. So I focused my entire career on property owners that own the type of property I want to sell. And then I just take what buyers come out of those actions. I'm not buying leads. I'm not, doing any advertising for leads. I don't even do social media for real estate. All I do at this point is a weekly email. I never did social media for my real estate business. Very, very little. It's all been, for me, direct mail and phone calls and email. Email, direct mail, phone calls. Well, of course, when I got in the business, there was no social media. There was no Zillow. There was none of this stuff, so no RedX and all that good stuff. So, I did what I could with what I had, but it's really good to come from that era where it was before all this tech, because I got to see the business from the other side. And that's one thing I want to translate to the next generation of agents. I want to translate to you guys the other side before tech. I want you guys to know, I hope that you're feeling the energy and you understand what it was like, what it feels like to go through what I've been through to get where I'm at, and how we can use technology now to do things 10 times faster, because it all comes back to talking to people on the phone no matter where your leads come from. So why not just sit in a room and just call as many property owners that own the property you want to sell just to make friends, right? And that brings me to my script. That brings me to my script. And you guys, like I said, everything is at 02diamond.com. If you go there, you can download the scripts. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see if I can do the bam. Let's see. Let's see here. Can you guys see the script? Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to get the script on the. There we go. There we go. So I see a question, and it's a good question, about what's the best time to circle prospect for sale by owners and expired calls. Guys, look, any time that you want. I built my entire career calling mostly from 9 to 12 in the morning. I would fear to say that's probably the worst time statistically to build your business for pickup rates. However, that's basically the most. That's the most I called was between 9 and 12. Sometimes I called all day. And I would call to 6 o'clock at the latest. I never called on weekends. I never called on holidays. So 9 to 12 was kind of my sweet spot. And so that goes to show you right there, since that is quite possibly the worst time, and I built my business that way, that should go to tell you it doesn't matter when you call. Okay, it doesn't matter when you call. If you guys are following my 90-day action plan and the 28-day challenge, all that is laid out for you, right? It actually sets your schedule up for you and you're able to just follow along, okay? But let's see. Okay, let me run through this script for you real quick. Okay, so this is it, guys. It took me a long time. Let's just say a decade before I really started getting some of this down. And it was probably another 3 or 4 years of perfecting it and getting it to where it is now. Okay, but you guys can go download this script and at 02diamond.com, where all the scripts are and everything else. But we're going to make it, it's a real conversation. We're not asking them to buy or sell. So it's like ring, 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 hello. And it's like, hey, Mr. Johnson. I say it real quickly and it's a question mark. Hey, Mr. Johnson. Hey, Mr. Johnson, it's Ricky Carruth over at eXp Realty. How you doing today? And they're like, good, or whatever. I'm like, yeah, me too. I'm enjoying the day. Isn't it gorgeous outside? Now, the weather part of the call, a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's awkward. I don't want to. Listen, you have to say something right there instead of going right into a sales pitch. It really loosens up the conversation. And the first couple times you try it, it might feel awkward, but then once you get the hang of it, you're like, oh man, that is butter, because it really loosens them up, because they're tight because they think, oh God, he's going to come with the sales pitch. And then here you come with just a little chit chat and it opens them up for just a second. And then we transition back into the real estate. So it can be anything. It can be, how was your Christmas? You getting ready for New Year or da-da-da. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be weather. But for me, the weather is something that really rolls with me really well. And it's something everyone can relate to. And heck, I've had a lot of conversations. You guys can go watch me make live calls on the website or YouTube. There's tons of videos of me calling live prospects. And you'll hear me talking about the weather for a good couple minutes. They'll go back and forth with me about it. It's all in your tone, guys. Listen, you've only got a couple seconds right there, couple seconds right at the beginning, okay, right at the beginning of the call to make them really feel that you're there for them, not you. When at the second they answer that phone, if they get the same feeling during that first couple seconds as they would if it was their mother, brother, best friend from high school, then you've got a good chance. You've got a good chance to connect. Otherwise, if you sound, if you can't get that friend and family feeling, then that's something we want to work on. Remember, our number one job is to make them feel comfortable. And a lot of times we have to do this in the first couple seconds of the call. So we really got to get our tone down. Hey, Mr. Johnson. Hey, Mr. Johnson. This is Ricky Carruth over at eXp Realty. How you doing today? Good. Me too. Just enjoying the weather. Isn't it gorgeous out there? Cool. Well, look, and here's the first transition. You really got to stick this. If they say, oh yeah, the weather's great, what do you want? Or something like that. You got to be ready with the transition and make it smooth. It's like, okay, I got you. Well, look, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but a house around the corner from you just sold, and I didn't know if there was anything in the world I could do for you. So look at the transition here. It's like, okay, well, cool. Well, look, if they say, well, what do you want? Say, listen, I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but a house around the corner just sold, or a house around the corner just went under contract, or I saw your house was for sale by owner, or I just sold a house around the corner from you, and I didn't know if there's anything in the world I could do for you today. Okay, so remember, guys, we're here to inform and help. Okay, remember, inform and help. So we're informing them of something that just sold around the corner, and then we're just offering help. They know what we're doing. We're a real estate agent. We told them we're a real estate agent. We're having a nice conversation. We don't want to take up too much of their time, but a house around the corner just sold. Didn't know if there's anything in the world I could do for you today. And then let them answer. So some people I've heard say, is now a bad time? Am I catching you at a bad time? Everything works. Everything works. And you got to try it all. Try everything. I don't like that necessarily because they could just say, yeah, I'm busy or this or that, or, I could make it work. I can make anything work. It's all in the tone. It's not necessarily what you say. It's how you say it, but you got to have an outline of how you want the conversation to go. I've been doing this so long that the moment they answer the phone, normally I can tell in the first couple seconds exactly how this entire call is going to go. That's how long I've been doing this. I can tell exactly what I'm going to have to say. I know what attitude they're going to have. I know I've been in just about every scenario. What you realize after a lot of calls is that there's only a handful of different outcomes, right? There's nice people. They're not ready. They're ready. Mean people, busy people, hang up on you, cuss you out, have an agent, there's only a handful of different outcomes here, guys. And when you've been through enough calls to have hit all those different outcomes, then you're really not into the unknown anymore. A lot of people are scared of the unknown, right? And if you guys are not making calls, okay, let me just, I need to get out here for a second here, say something. I've had agents step to me, message me talking about, I'm fixing to go into foreclosure next month, next week. What do I do? I'm like, well, number one, you should have messaged me 6 months ago. But number two, let me ask you, how many calls are you making? And they'll tell me they're making none. And this is somebody that these will be people, agents, who I've been communicating with, trying to coach them, trying to get them to make their calls. And it's a sad situation because they would rather lose their house, lose their family, lose their job than just simply make a few phone calls every day. It makes 0 sense to me. 0 sense to me. It's the most selfish thing you could do as a real estate agent is not make calls because you're a little uncomfortable knowing that uncomfort is going to go away after a couple of phone call sessions, and you realize how much fun it is. After a couple sessions, you realize, wow, this is a lot of fun. I'm talking to people. People love hearing from me. Sure, a couple of people hung up on me, but look at these people that love me now in this future business, and look at these deals I'm in the middle of doing. I've got agents all over the place crushing it with this. I got a new agent, 9 months in the business. He's closed 5 deals, has 7 pending and 4 active listings right now. March will be his first full year, and I bet you he'll have 20 closings within his first year, which is absolutely killing it for a new agent. all completely circle prospecting. And he's got 800 people getting his weekly email right now. Future business, big time business. So guys, if you're not making calls, and like I say, I don't care where you get your leads from, if you're not making calls all day, if you don't have any business, you'd be making calls all day, every day. All right. If you're semi busy, then you should be making calls half the day. If you're extremely busy, you're just closing deals every day and stuff, of course, you don't have time to make calls. That's the whole point. Make so many calls, you can't make calls anymore. All right. Make so many calls, you can't make calls anymore. Okay. So back to back to my script here. Where are we at? Boom. Okay. So we've transitioned. That's the first transition. Hey, the weather, cool. Well, look, I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but a house around the corner just sold. Didn't know if there's anything in the world I could do for you today. And just listen to them. Let them talk. Now we're looking for the no. If they say yes, listen, guys, if you ever run into somebody who's looking to do something, okay, under any situation, a referral came to you, a buyer lead, your circle prospecting, expire, whatever. Anybody that says that they're looking to do something, your next question needs to be, cool, is there an agent that you're working with on that? That should be your very next question is, cool, is there an agent you're working with on that? Because then you can establish where we fit into this whole equation and how we can help them. If they're already talking to an agent and it's their best friend from high school or their mom or the person that sold them the property or something like that, we need to know that. We need to know what we're up against here. Okay. We need to know what we're up against. That's very important information to have. If they say we're not working with anything, great. See, now you know the door is completely wide open. We need to know this information. Okay. So if they say, yeah, we're looking to do something, we're thinking about this, thinking about that, or tell me about the property that's sold. Now you always want to do your due diligence, right? So if you pick out a subdivision to call, you want to pull up all the sales in the subdivision. You want to have it all on one sheet. You want to have the active listings, pendings, and closed deals, the recent close, all on one sheet on a table right in front of you. Excel sheet. That way you've got all the information there. If they ask you about something under contract, something active, something closed, you've got it all right there, and you can spit that information to them if they ask you anything about it. We're not going to give that information up unless they ask for it. Okay, they asked for it. Okay, but let's run the scenario. If they say no, okay, this is what we're looking for. This is the opening to begin a lifelong relationship, guys. The no. Okay, when they tell us no, they're not looking to do anything. This is what we're waiting on, because then we're going to transition again. We're going to say, okay, cool. Is there an agent in the area you would work with if you were to buy or sell anything in the future? Okay, think about it for a second, guys. We say, well, cool, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but a house around the corner just sold. Didn't know if there's anything in the world I could do for you today. Nope, we're not looking to do anything right now or anytime soon, but we thank you. Oh, cool. Is there an agent you would work with if you were to do something? See how I brought it back? Because they're fixing to hang up. They're thinking, okay, I'm going to tell this person I'm not interested and I'm going to hang up. But you got to really quickly bring them back into the conversation. That's when you got to raise the pitch of your voice. You got to know when to do these things. Okay. And you're going to say, I got you. Well, listen, is there an agent you would work with if you were to do something? And then they're like, yay or nay, and you just kind of see where that goes. I mean, if they say that there is an agent, it's like, oh, cool. Who is it? And I ask them who it is to see if you know them. Say, okay, great. Well, look, the way I normally handle that, you can handle it one of two ways if they have an agent. You can go down the road of saying, okay, do you want a backup agent and all that stuff? Or, you can go down the road that I normally take, which is, okay, well, listen, I'm sure you're in good hands. Or if I know the agent, I'm like, you are in really good hands there. Again, my name is Ricky Carruth with eXp Realty. If there's ever anything in the world I can do for you, please let me know. And I just kind of leave it at that. That's the way I've handled it in the past. But if they say no, it's like, oh, okay, well, look, I'm sure at some point in the future, you're going to buy or sell something, right? Right. Well, cool. Well, look, I would love the opportunity to work with you when that day comes. Would it be all right if I just stayed in touch with you? Okay. And then they say yes. And then you say, okay, good, great. What's a good email address for you? What's a good email address for you? So you see what I did here, guys? When they say I'm not working with, there's no agent I'm really working with. Okay, cool. Well, look at what I did. I didn't say I'm going to send you a market report. I didn't ask for the email before I asked if it's okay if I stayed in touch. I'm going to ask if it's okay if I stay in touch and see if that's okay before I ask for private information. This is going to raise your conversion rate of getting emails up tremendously if you do it this way. And you always want to make it a point of you just want to stay in touch. It's not about a market report or I'm going to send you stuff. No. You make it seem like you want to personally stay in touch with them via email. That's how I stay in touch with people. If they say no, say, listen, I get it. Look, I'm not going to spam you or anything like that. I just want the opportunity just to stay in touch. Would that be all right? Give it another shot if they say no on the email, but it's all going to come back to tone. If you had a great conversation and you made them feel comfortable with you like you're supposed to do, then they're more than likely going to give you that information. And you guys can see it all day long on the cold calls that I do live on YouTube, that I do myself and that with other agents. You'll see it all day long, agents grabbing email addresses. Cool. So that's basically the script. I mean, the whole thing is to find out if there's anything in the world we can do for them. We want to inform, want to offer help, and then we want to look for the opening of them saying they're not interested, to ask them if they have an agent, to then ask for the email address so that we can just, stay in touch. That's the name of the game, guys. So get back to my thing here. Yep. So absolutely, guys. Absolutely. That's the script. You guys can go download that. That's there for you all day, every day. Again, let's get back to my slides here. Boom. Let's see. Bam. My circle prospecting script. So we covered that. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. Bam. Okay, guys. Like I said, I put a link there. You can also find this at zerotodiamond.com. But you can save $150 on RedX for a limited time with the link there in the chat at the top and at zerotodiamond.com. That's something you want to do immediately. That is the tool of the 2020s. I mean, you guys can call 100 people an hour and a half. You can save 100 hours a month, add 2 more working weeks to every month, and get so much done and just do so much damage in the market in terms of getting your name out there, letting people know who you are, what you do, and that you are here to help and build that brand. This is how you're going to build a business that doesn't falter during market crashes. Okay. Nobody knows what the future holds as far as the market goes. We're going to see dips in the market. There's a really low inventory, and who knows when that's going to change? Who knows when that's going to flip, right? Eventually it's going to go the other way really hard. Okay. What's always going to stay true, right? What's always going to stay true? It's going to be the relationships that you build. The relationships that you build are never going to go away, regardless of what the market does. Okay, so you guys just got to remember a couple of things. Closings happen every single day, forever, for the rest of your life, regardless of what the market's doing. Closings are going to continue to happen every single day, forever. Okay, business is 1,000,000% unlimited. You can't call every single property owner in your market ever. Never going to happen. So this gives you unlimited work to do. You have unlimited work to do to get to all these people that are in your market, to let them know who you are and build that brand. I can't say it enough. Guys. So that's all the time that I have. Much love to you guys. I can't tell you how much that you guys mean to me, and that I'll do anything in the world for you. I plan on going on tour very, very soon. As soon as I can, I plan on getting on the road and getting out and seeing all of you. I want to come to every single city and see all of you guys and give you a nice motivational speech. I cannot wait to get back on stage. That's my real passion here, to be honest with you. I really want to step up to the plate and deliver for you guys on stage. That's kind of where I am with everything. And I hope this really helped you. I hope this really helps you moving forward and gives you a sense of direction and helps you build the foundation that it's helped me build. And I just can't say enough about the power of circle prospecting and everything it's done for me and my business and thousands of other agents all over the world. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, guys. Keep working hard. Keep being dependable and consistent. Show your prospects how much you care. And just keep doing your thing. And please reach out to me. Instagram's still the best place. I'm still answering all my DMs there. And talk to you guys really, really soon. Let's go.